You think talking about your problems is helping you. But most of the time, it's doing the opposite. There's this common idea that sharing your struggles with others will make everything better. And while talking helps sometimes, let's be honest, it doesn't always solve anything. Sometimes, it makes things worse. Sometimes, it makes you weaker. Sometimes, it puts your pain in the wrong hands. And if you're wondering why people don't respect you, why your words don't carry weight, or why no one takes you seriously, this might be the reason. In this video, I'm going to break down the truth about telling people your problems, why it backfires, who not to open up to, and how to protect your peace while still healing and growing. If you've ever shared your pain and ended up feeling worse, this one's going to hit home. Let's get one thing clear: you're human. You feel stuff. Life gets hard. That's normal. We all go through things. Heartbreak, failure, betrayal, insecurity. It builds up, and you feel like you need to let it out. So you vent. You call someone up, or drop a long post online, or pull someone aside and start explaining every single thing going wrong in your life. And maybe you feel lighter, for a moment. But then what? Most of the time, nothing changes. You still feel stuck. You still feel broken. And sometimes, now you feel embarrassed on top of that. Because here's the truth people don't want to say out loud. Not everyone wants to hear your problems. Not everyone cares about your problems. And some people are just waiting for you to mess up so they can say, "See, I knew they weren't doing that well." You're not venting to a safe space. You're giving ammunition to someone who's silently competing with you. And trust me, people pretend to listen. They nod. They look concerned. But behind the scenes, some are gossiping, judging, smiling at your pain. Now does that mean never talk to anyone? No. That's not what I'm saying. But here's the line. Stop broadcasting your problems. Start processing them. There's a difference. Broadcasting is dumping your mess on everyone you meet. It's over-explaining your pain to people who never earned your trust. Processing is doing the work quietly, choosing your circle carefully, and healing without needing applause or pity. Because the truth is, the more you keep telling people how broken you are, the more you start to believe that's your identity. You become the person with problems. And eventually, even you stop seeing your potential. You only see the mess. That's dangerous. There's a study from the University of Missouri that found that constantly talking about your problems, especially to people who don't offer solutions, actually increases stress and anxiety. It's called co-rumination, when two people just talk about negative stuff over and over without moving forward. Feels good in the moment, but long-term, it digs the hole deeper. Your mind starts looping. You replay the same pain. And instead of healing, you're reliving. That's why you have to be selective with your vulnerability. It's not about being cold. It's about being wise. There are people who can support you, mentors, therapists, friends who truly care. But the average person, they're dealing with their own mess. Most don't have the space or depth to really help you grow. And even worse, some enjoy hearing about your pain. Not because they care, but because it makes them feel better about their own life. They smile when your relationship fails. They feel smarter when your business collapses. They act supportive, but deep down, they're rooting for your downfall. Those aren't people you talk to. Those are people you keep out. You've got to protect your peace. Because the more you bleed in front of people who didn't cut you, the more they start to believe you're weak. You're not weak. You're healing. But healing is not a performance. It's not content. It's sacred. Keep it sacred. Now let's talk about the psychological side of this. When you constantly talk about your problems, your brain starts reinforcing those patterns. You create a habit of victimhood. You train your mind to stay focused on what's wrong. You think you're venting, but you're actually practicing pain. Every word you say is like adding fuel to the fire. Your brain listens to you. If you keep telling it, I'm struggling, it will believe you. If you tell it, I'm done being stuck, it will believe that too. This is why successful people often say very little when they're going through it. It's not because they're heartless. It's because they understand the power of focus. They focus on fixing, not repeating. They choose action over attention. Because they know, the world is watching. And not everyone watching wants you to win. Sometimes, silence is your strongest armor. You think you need sympathy, but what you really need is strength. That strength builds when you stop expecting people to save you, and start getting comfortable with saving yourself. Now, here comes the challenge. When life hits you hard, your instinct will be to talk. You'll want to call someone, post about it, cry to anyone who will listen. And that's okay, but do it with people who've earned your vulnerability. Don't tell your problems to people who have never shown up for you. Don't hand your pain to someone who'll turn it into gossip. Don't hand your story to people who won't protect it. Your pain is sacred. Treat it like that. Learn to sit with your struggle. Learn to write it out. Learn to work through it in silence. And then, when you've healed, when you've turned that pain into power, then you speak. Not to complain, but to teach. There's a big difference between sharing from a wound and sharing from a scar. Wounds bleed. Scars tell stories. Tell your story when you've taken control of it, not when it still controls you. Now let's flip this around. If you're always telling people your problems, here's something to ask yourself. Why? Are you looking for validation? Are you hoping someone will fix it for you? Are you addicted to sympathy? Because sometimes, without knowing it, we crave attention more than solutions. We'd rather feel heard than healed. But that cycle never ends. You keep venting, keep breaking down, keep waiting for someone to say, it's okay. But guess what? Sometimes it's not okay. And that's okay. You don't need someone to baby you. You need someone to tell you, get up, you're stronger than this. So here it is, me telling you. You are stronger than this. You've been through things most people wouldn't survive. You've walked through pain quietly for years. You've shown up on days where your heart was heavy. You don't need to tell everyone how hard life is. Your strength is in your actions. Your growth is in your silence. Your power is in your control. Now don't get it twisted, silence isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It means you know how to choose your battles. You know when to speak. You know when to step back. And you know that not everyone deserves access to your mind, your heart, or your story. There's a saying, never complain, never explain. And while that might sound extreme, there's truth in it. People respect strength, not noise. You want to be respected. Show up. Do the work. Stay quiet. Let your results speak louder than your problems ever could. Let your peace confuse people. Because nothing's more powerful than someone who's been through hell, and came back better, not bitter. That can be you. But it starts with keeping your problems off the stage and working on them behind the curtain. You owe that to yourself. Stop talking. Start transforming. Watch the next video, it'll change how you move from here.